So this is a new segment called Home Improvement. No, can't call it that. That would be copyright infringement. House renovate. No, that won't work either. How about fixing shit? Roll intro. So about 7 to 8 months ago, I bought a house. And because I'm not rolling in the dollar bills, I had to purchase what some might call a fixer-upper. So now I have to fixer-upper. So one of the first things I had to do was replace the roof. And I did that. But in replacing the roof, I found out that when they built this house back in what the fuck ever, they didn't use proper building techniques. So the roof isn't built the way it's supposed to be built. But the building inspector said that's, not really a big deal, considering it's been standing for over 100 years, so it can't be all that bad. But there's some issues up there in the attic that I'm going to have to fix. Oh man, it would suck if I have to blur this whole thing out because of copyright, wouldn't it? So in this segment of fixing shit, we're going to work on that in the attic. I'm not looking forward to it. So the attic access is right here, and I have to get a ladder to get up there. We are in the attic, where it is ungodly hot. And I'll tell you what, I've been in attics before. Actually, I've been in lots of attics. Long story short, you'll notice, maybe, the odd construction of the attic. Or the roof, rather. And I hope you can hear me. I'm wearing a mask because of the insulation and whatnot up here. One of the things we're going to have to fix is that right there. That's bad. So we're going to have to fix that. That's probably one back there. So we go through the whole roof and fix as many of those as we can. Also, I'll show you some other stuff later. There's one right there. Where some of these are sagging. It's making the roof look wavy. And we're going to take a look at that too. There were previous leaks that were fixed where we've cut out the boards, put new boards in. Back in the day, you used to use boards instead of plywood. So we got to fix that, and beyond that, that's it. I got all the boards up front and my tools. I can move it all down in the garage, so I'll catch you down there. So let me school you guys on some knowledge. So if you don't understand what's going on in the roof or in the attic, when you build your roof trusses, normally on a house, your roof trusses are 24 inches apart on center, 2 feet. So up here in this attic, they build them 4 feet apart. And then they have runners, 2x4 runners going across every single one of them. And then they ran the boards vertically instead of horizontally. And that's why the roof is developed the way, because you wouldn't get that if you built them the other way. There's actually a house, 3 or 4 houses down, it's built the exact same way. Looks exactly the same. You don't see the wave as bad because they probably have 2-3 layers of shingles, and they're architectural shingles, so they're not as flat. Always wear personal protective equipment. So I'm going to take a break. Getting kind of winded and crawling around the attic is tiring. My saw battery needs charged. After I take a break, I'll go up and start screwing those boards in. There's a couple more I have to cut still. Like I said, I'll charge the battery. And then once I get screwing them in, I'll cut the last couple and get those screwed in, and then I'll be done for today. So while I'm taking a break, I'll tell you what else I gotta do to the house. Most of the interior is just cleaning and painting. There's nothing really wrong. I mean, there's little things here and there. I have to fix the front steps. They're kind of falling apart, so I gotta pour some concrete there and get that leveled off and fixed. I want to landscape some of the yard. I just need to cultivate it and plant new grass seed. And speaking of the basement, it's got to be, it's half finished, but there's some mold issues down there, so I got to tear all that out, get that fixed, and refinish it. I'm going to put down carpet down there, and that's where the new studio will go. And then the room in here will be a spare room. I got to completely renovate the kitchen. So new floor, new appliances, new countertops, new cabinets, all that. The bathroom, it's mostly okay. Some paint. I want to replace the vanity in there, make it a larger vanity because there's room for it. Replace the mirror and all that stuff in there. Downstairs in the basement, there's a couple floor joists I need to work on fixing. One of the chimneys needs remason. Need to completely redo that, so that'll be fun. Oh yeah, the garage door. I got to figure out something with the garage door because it's the water's gotten into it and it's kind of rotted out on the bottom. So I got to replace that, but I got to figure out how I want to do it. There's not I like a regular garage door that rolls up, but there's not enough space. There's not enough head clearance in the basement for that, and there's really not enough room on the wall to place one of those ones on the wall that rolls up. That's a puzzle I'm going to have to figure out. The closet needs painted. Other than that, it's fine. What do you think about this this mirror dining room? What do you think of that? You think I gotta get rid of that? Alright, so it took 15 minutes and now it's back into the lion's den. And then it's a shower, because look at this. I look like a coal miner? No, they look way worse. So today's Mother's Day and I have to go see my mother, so the roof will have to wait. I've done about as much as I'm going to do with the roof tonight. It's almost midnight and I don't want to be pounding and making a bunch of noise in the middle of the night. I got most of it done. There's probably 4 or 5 boards that I have left to put up. Going to eventually replace all of them if I hadn't said that already. But I'll probably try again when I get up in the morning. But that's pretty much it for this episode of Fix the Shit.
Next time on Fixing with Jonathan Snyder. Will his roof collapse? Will he work in the basement? What is this thing? Will he continue to censor his videos? All this and more next time on Fixing with Jonathan Snyder.